Two Winnipeg city councillors have put forth a proposal to give independently owned businesses, restaurants that is, independently owned restaurants, a break on their property and business taxes during the COVID-19 crisis. Councillors Kevin Klein, Charleswood, Tuxedo, Westwood, and Shaun Jeffrey, Transcona, put forth the motion at Council's Friday meeting. Now, as everyone knows, restaurants have been getting hammered financially from the pandemic. They will be allowed to reopen tomorrow under Phase 2 of the province's plans to reopen sections of the economy, but only at 50% capacity. On the line with us is Councillor Klein. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Very well. So tell us about this motion that you and Councillor Nation have put forward.
It's quite simple. Over the last several weeks of the pandemic, I've taken the time to speak with not only residents, but the large corporations and our smaller businesses, our independently owned businesses. And we keep hearing the same message from especially the business community, which is they're doing their best. And some grants that have been made available to them and loans are going to be helpful. But in the restaurant industry, especially where you're always, you're not always putting money away in the bank. You're just getting through or getting by. They're having a hefty struggle. And I thought, well, we talk a lot as a city about, we're in this together. But all the city has really done is extend allow people to wait 3 months to pay their business taxes and their property taxes. And for a restaurant, in speaking with many of them, over half of them told me they didn't think that they would be able to survive or if they would even open at 50% capacity.
So the idea here is to give them a 50% break on property and business taxes, which I think most people would support. Problem is, how would the city make up for that loss?
It's not going to be that big of a loss when we take a look at the quick math, but we could cut one expense this year, which would be cut our fleet purchases in half. So buy 7.5 million less new vehicles this year. There's no need to be buying new vehicles this year. There's no need to be continuing to spend like nothing has impacted the city and to continue to say we're in this together. We can wait on those vehicles, and we can take that 7.5 million or the entire 15 for that matter and help residents, help independent businesses, because quite frankly, we have one of the most vibrant restaurant scenes, I think, in North America. We have lots of different types of food. It's very cultural. We've also asked the same thing for food trucks in a separate motion to help them. And I think we need to actually do something. Every other level of government is doing something. And really all we're doing at the city is tweeting out nice messages to eat local. That's not enough.
Any thoughts before we let you go here on how council has handled the proposed development at Parker Lands and Polo Park? They sort of deferred both of them during the Friday meeting.
I've never been more embarrassed, to be quite frank. I can't imagine the image that investors are getting of Winnipeg. We keep passing the buck and hoping somebody else will make a decision for us. We have 3 major projects that are being caught in bureaucracy, red tape, and silly politics that are worth over $1.5 billion. And when done, would equate to more than, I believe it's $60 million in new property taxes. Yet we continue to be afraid. And we continue to keep information behind closed doors. And I'm quite serious about that. I cannot sit back and watch how we just keep information. We withhold it. The mayor and the administration withhold that information. This is embarrassing. Whether we want the mall or not, this is step one. This means if we say, let's have a conversation. Let's start talking about it. And this is why politicians shouldn't be involved in planning decisions. Let the experts tell us what can be there and can't be there that would mutually benefit both of those parties, and let's move forward.
All right, Councillor Klein, before I let you go, were you keeping an eye on, I've called the Bear, the Bear in Charleswood yesterday. Were you keeping an eye on Yogi yesterday?
Well, Yogi is just, he's trying to physical distance from other bears. I don't know what the problem is. He's just trying to follow the rules, and everyone's getting mad at him. But, it's Charleswood. That's the beauty of Charleswood. Everybody wants to live in Charleswood, Clay. Everybody.
Well, hey, I just went into a rant when we started the program around 6 about the gawkers who were just showing up, and the poor bear's up in the tree. He's got the city police are there, conservation is there. All these people want to get a look at, let's drive across the city and get a look at this bear. Well, no. Just stay at home. Let the professionals take care of Yogi.
Yeah, and they will. You know what I mean? Absolutely, very valid point. But on the other hand, maybe we should have had tickets and we could have raised some money for Charleswood.
All right.
Sorry.
You take care.
You too, my friend. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.